What's up, YouTube? So, what I think about Anthony Mackie saying the American male is gone? Said they have taken masculinity out of the home. What our reaction? He's a funny dude. Ain't that Captain Marvel America movie garbage that he did? That movie went glad bag. No one is paying him no attention, and now he's trying to come off like this. He said it's been gone for the last 20 years. Um, what industry does he work in? It's Hollywood. There's an agenda. The masculinity hasn't gone nowhere. What's happened is that Chuck D said something that was very prophetic. He said the 80s with the MTV generation with video kept men as boys basically. So you never had to grow up with the visuals. But then again, the society. But see, what Anthony Mackie doesn't acknowledge is that when he says male, they don't include black men. They'll call you a DEI hero. They don't include you. Now, there's a difference. It's done within the industry, but how you teach it. Now he says he's raising his boys to be men and so on and so forth. But see, this is the thing. When you say masculinity's been took, well, look at what you work for, what industry you work for, Anthony Mackie. I mean, they do things strange for the change. You know how the industry goes. It's been that way. So what are you getting at? You're part of an industry, but we all know something strange for the change. Cheeks for checks, booty for looty. It's like, really? You really think that you are? It's always been something going on strange in Hollywood. Now, the reality is this. Is it as much about the lack of masculinity, or is it the lack of never growing up? Because there's a blurry line between the two. And they've had situations where both sides are very much even keel. So when he says that, where does the black male fit in? Because it doesn't pertain to it's a ISO situation. So on one hand, he's talking about, he's trying to use it from a general consensus, but it has always been more than 20 years. It's always been this rebellious thing, and they sold a certain facade. But when you say masculinity, the lines have been blurred, I mean, it is Hollywood. And when you, media and everything dictates everything. So they sell a certain image. So what is he really getting at? Yes, you raise your sons to be young men and against all the other stuff, but don't act like this is something that just happened in the last 20 years. It's been there a lot longer, And it's like, are you going to tell the whole truth about an industry that you know what they project, what they're about? Or are you going to sugarcoat it and try to say, well, which way you're going to go with this? Because the masculinity, the psychological growth, they are very blurry, very blurry. And what he's saying has truth, but it has a lot of fine line. And it doesn't always include the black male experience. But how you raising is one thing, but how the other part of society is another. So I think he's saying something, but then he's also kind of like, he's acting like this is something new. They've been that way in Hollywood. It's been that way. They've sold all kinds of things to portray, but it hasn't been inclusive. No. So you got to tell the truth about that, Anthony Mackie. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share if you like, hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.